Hi there, it's Iman here at White Lance, and I'm going to take you through our dispute management process. So, in this example, a customer has hired a freelancer to do a particular task, and it's a repeating milestone, and it's £100 every hour, and there's a maximum of 5 hours per week. And as you can see here, the freelancer has submitted a couple of hours for this week. And he's left a note here that he spent 2 hours sleeping. So it may be that the customer decides he's a bit worried that the freelancer has not been working properly on this task, and he's a little concerned. At this point, nothing happens. Maybe he speaks to the freelancer, tries to resolve the issue, and get the freelancer to do the work properly. Now, the next thing that happens is that it's going to hit the end of the week in this case. And at that point, the customer is going to be notified officially that these are the latest hours that have been submitted, and the customer is going to need to decide what to do next. So I'm going to trigger that now, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so I've now triggered that. We've got to the end of Sunday, and those 2 hours have been formally submitted, and the customer has received a notification, and they go back to the page and they can now see a button, Dispute. Now, if they decide at this point that they really don't want this sum to be paid, these 2 hours, which will be £200, not to be paid automatically, they can choose to click this button, Dispute. Of course, it's much better that they reach out directly to the freelancer again and try and come up with a solution to get the work done properly. But if everything else fails, they can go ahead and click that button, Dispute. So let's go to do that now. They get a confirmation. Are you sure you want to dispute this? And of course, you can change these texts in your content file to whatever you like. So I'm going to confirm that now as a customer. Okay, and you can see that the dispute has been officially requested. So now it's up to the marketplace to decide what to do with this dispute. So in the meantime, the marketplace is going to get a notification here that a dispute has happened. So here's what they see. The marketplace admin, that's you, says, "Hi there, a customer on your marketplace has disputed one of their milestones. Here's the milestone name, here's the job name. Disputes are requested by customers who are not satisfied with the work done during a recurring milestone cycle. Now you'll need to follow your disputes policy. Perhaps review the milestone, contact both users, then decide whether to accept or reject the dispute via your admin dashboard below." Now, as a marketplace owner, it's entirely up to you to decide how to handle disputes. That's your responsibility. Some marketplaces may decide to favor one side versus the other. Some may have their own process of going through, like a formal process. Some may have an external process, but that's up to you. But technically speaking, what you need to do is click this button in the email, and it's going to take you to that specific page in your admin dashboard where you can make a decision whether to accept or reject the dispute. So I'm going to head over to that page now, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I clicked on that button, and now it's taking me to this specific milestone where I can decide what to do. Now, if I click on recurring items, it's going to show me all of the cycles within my recurring milestone item. And you can see there's one here that has a dispute. So it's now Sunday evening or Monday, and the cycle has ended, and the customer has disputed this cycle payment. And as a marketplace, I can decide to accept or reject it. Now, if I accept this dispute as an admin, it's telling the users that I've satisfied myself that the dispute is a legitimate dispute, the freelancer hasn't done the work, and therefore the customer is not going to be charged and the freelancer won't be paid. Or I can reject the dispute, and this basically means the opposite, that the dispute was not fair, the freelancer did actually do the work, and then the customer is going to be charged and the freelancer is going to be paid. In either case, both customer and freelancer will be notified. So let's click accept. Are you sure you want to accept this dispute? Accept. Okay, and now that dispute has been accepted. So if I head over now and refresh this page, I can see that the dispute has been accepted. And as a freelancer, I can also see the same status here. And likewise, both users are going to get an email notification too. So I'll show you what that looks like now. So this is the customer now. Hi there, one of the recurring milestones in your job was disputed. The dispute has now been accepted, and then there's an explanation. And likewise, the freelancer will receive a similar notification. So both parties are told what happens. Now let's go through some of the mechanics of it. So in the case of the accepted dispute, the customer just won't be charged at the billing cycle. In the case of a rejected dispute, once the admin has rejected it, then the next billing cycle, which will be for a weekly milestone the next Friday, or for a monthly milestone, it will be the first Friday of the next month, whichever is basically the next payment cycle, the customer will be charged at that point. Now, it could be that internally, it may take a lot of time. Let's say it takes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, 2 months time for you to make that determination. Basically, the payment will be on hold until, as a marketplace, you've made that decision. So the customer won't be charged while the dispute is in process. And then after you've made your decision, as soon as you've clicked it, accept or reject, at that point, the system is updated. And if the payment is to go ahead, it will be scheduled for the next payment cycle. So that's how disputes work on your platform. And if you have any questions, just give us a shout.